I'm on my system morning, afternoon, night, and then I come back home and I just want to take a cup of
You
coffee.
have to interact
Can't I just
with
tell
nature.
Alexa, brew me coffee? I will stand up and go and pick the coffee. That's enough.
Okay, I agree to disagree.
Good, agree. Hello and welcome to another episode of Design Forward. My name is Eunice and with me today is
Michael Akim.
Welcome to your first Design Forward episode.
Thank you.
Today we're going to be talking about a very, very interesting topic. Now that we're in the world of AI, everybody has been bickering, talking, commenting on the world of AI in general, but we want to bring it down to the industry of designing homes and, spaces for daily use. So the topic for today is smart homes and interactive spaces. Diving right into it, I'm going to start off by asking you, Michael, what exactly is a smart home?
Okay, I'll make it as simple as possible. So a smart home helps, is basically our generic homes, our typical homes, but with automated systems, right? That helps our lives easier, that makes things easier for us. So I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, simply, a smart home is a home that makes your life as easy as possible.
Right.
Anything that you have to necessarily, in simple terms, delegating your life.
Yeah.
In simple terms, a smart home is a home that puts things in place for you, so you don't necessarily have to, overwork yourself and do those things. It's not just about Alexa.
So that's even another way of saying, you don't have to do the grunt work. You focus your energy on things that are actually going to be productive, rather than going through so much stress before getting to the productive part.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely agreeable. Yeah. So next question on my mind, I'm thinking, is a smart homes already a thing in this time and age, or is this still something that we're saying, in the next 10 years, 20 years, 50 years it's going to happen, or it has already come, and has it come to actually stay? Will it be a norm for us to embody?
It's already a norm.
Yeah.
It's just that in Nigeria we are, we're trying, but we're still a bit backward. But as far as I know, it has become a norm and it's here to stay. Yeah.
Bam. No changing that. The smart homes are actually here to stay.
Yeah.
This is become so evident in the way we have seen people interact with spaces. Let's just further down. How have you experienced, any smart space, whether home or an office space or any space at all?
So before I even talk about my personal experience, right, I'd like to just highlight the fact that we have like the pros and cons of smart homes.
Yeah.
Right. It's not necessarily all about helping our lives and making it easier.
Wait.
Yeah.
How so?
It's trust me. So I'll just highlight 2 points, right?
Okay.
So the first one I'll talk about is the privacy part. We put so much of our data on there, on all of these platforms. I know it's already on social media and all of that, but some intricate or sensitive part of ourselves, we put it on there, and it's helping us coordinate all of those things. I feel like it's now being intrusive into our private lives, right? So we're not having that sense of privacy anymore. We're all over the place, basically.
So are you saying like even as you're already established that smart home is here to stay, smart homes usage already, or smart spaces usage already here to stay?
Right.
In that same light, there is there's also the side that can be negative to the user?
If you put it as negative, that's too harsh.
That's too harsh, but that's exactly
it's a con, not a negative.
Okay, a con.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Cons are necessarily
negative. It's strong.
Too brash.
It's strong, yeah.
It's too brash, but okay. I think I agree with you on the privacy aspect of smart spaces being a bit intrusive, because you will need to input literally all your details for it to have access to be able to manage those day-to-day activities of your life. I think further down in our discussion, we're going to talk about what should a space actually have, for it to be called smart. It's not just Alexa.
Right.
So we're going to explain that a bit further. But back to the question I asked earlier.
Yeah, the personal experiences.
Experiences with smart spaces.
So personally, right, I've not my home is not a smart home. Right. It's just a typical generic Nigerian home. But the movies I've seen, I would speak from that angle.
Okay.
So something like so I saw a movie a while ago, Companion.
Okay.
Although it ended badly. So I don't think I want to.
Cons of smart homes.
Right. It's not just even the smart home. So it was also about like this robots kind of.
Okay.
So she was basically there for comfort, to give sort of solace to people that are single, right? So they don't feel as alone as as reality seems. So she at some point overrode her configurations and started going crazy. Although the owner, she at some point she got attached to the owner so much that's why she overrode her system. But then the owner also did some shady things. But to my point, the fact that it helps our lives and tech in general helps make life easier, it also has its downsides. So let's not brush over that fact, right? So if you ask me my personal experiences, I do not have personal experiences, but from movies I've seen and from what's it called, all of these YouTube videos we see on how smart homes are done, and are becoming a thing. Those are the experiences I can touch on in that aspect.
Okay. I think that recently I was watching a video on, I don't know if you know, Diary of a CEO. It's a podcast by Steve Barnett. He invites learned people in different aspects of life, and then you come to talk about different things. The one I was watching, was about it was relating to investment, but she was talking about investment in the AI sector, and she was talking about how Tesla is going to become the #1 AI in the world, that it's going to evolve more than just being a car. The aspect of robotics and all that is actually going to become a normal thing in the coming years. And by the time I sat down and I thought about it, I was like, actually very, very true, because Elon Musk is doing so much
he's
moving seriously fast, and even as much as many people don't want to accept it now, it's still something that is going to happen.
It's going to overtake
a lot of things that we're doing, because just let's even just use ChatGPT as an example, right? How much within the space of a year or two, how it has overtaken the market and everything. So smart homes are going to become a norm in the coming future. But I would say personal experiences, not like I've had any one-on-one experience, but I think from, like you said, also movies and then interactions with a few spaces, I would say things like lighting system, We know voice control, speech, biometric. Yeah, so all this data, I think, all ties down to the con part of it, but the pro in a way, or the pros of it in a way outweigh cons. We don't know how much the cons are going to affect us in the coming future, but let's leave the future to
we can't leave the future.
No. I'm saying, like, even as much as there will be cons, everything in life has a positive side and a negative side to it, right?
Definitely.
There's always a good and an evil part here. When the evil comes, there will always be something that can make the evil, that can balance the evil in a way that it will not be too harsh on the user, but there will definitely be evil. That one is like AI now. Somebody can use your face for something that you did not do, right? So
that's all over X right now.
That's all over X right now, and it's going to happen, but there will now be policies or industries that will be coming up to say, okay, we will help you in maybe in the legal part or in the technological part to see that, okay, this thing is not used in the wrong way possible. We'll mitigate it to be lesser, the impact will be lesser on the users right at the end of it. So next question would be, okay, now we've established that smart homes are here to stay, and in the coming future it's something that everybody has to, one way or the other, embrace. And we've also established that smart homes is not just about having Alexa or Siri play me this or that. Those are the Siri play me this, Alexa play me that. What exactly should a space have for it to be called a smart home or a smart space? What are the features, the features that he should have? Let's say, for example, a 2-bedroom space, a 2-bedroom apartment in Lekki, right? Nigeria. In Lekki, Nigeria. I'm using Lekki, Nigeria because that's where everybody is. Okay, let's change location. Let's say Ikoyi, Nigeria, right? Because Nigeria.
Still on the island.
Let's still on the island. Okay. The way you say mainland. Island is fine. So Ikoyi, Lagos, Nigeria. A typical 2-bedroom space. Your agent comes and tells you, oh, this is a smart home. What are the things that you should look out for you to say, this home is actually smart and I want it? Like, we can take it space by space. Maybe we'll start from the garage or the living room, bedroom, kitchen, and then maybe general features.
Just walk with me here. I want to paint a picture. So you're driving into your home. You have like your gates in front of you, right? You most likely will have, if it's a smart home and you want features like your gate to open itself. You might have like an app on your phone or a device that you use to unlock and roll it to drive in. So once you're in, you most likely raise your garage door with that same feature, automated control system. You raise your garage door, you drive in. Once that is done, it's automatically rolls down itself, definitely. Then you walk from the garage. I believe there are some designs where you walk into your living room from the garage directly, right? You enter before you even enter your garage, if you're a very security conscious person, you have facial recognition or thumbprint or biometrics, to enter into your space. Then from there, you get into your living room. Your lighting, because automatically you set your to suit your mood and how you want
your personality.
You don't have to do anything. You just step into the room. Everything starts to set the lighting, the sound. That's if you want.
That's if you want sound. Some people like music to be playing while they come into their home.
Okay, imagine I'm coming from work and I just
subtle music. It doesn't have to be a bang 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 song.
That's for early morning for me though.
I think I would like songs coming back home.
When you are just entering into your space. So it depends on
calm song.
The kind of mood you are coming with.
I'm always coming home with a good mood. I like my home. I love my home space.
Okay.
So I always want to come home. I always come home with a good mood.
Okay, so I'm not saying
use up this space.
But like some people, when they are trying like getting home, maybe the music does it for some people, right?
Yes.
But for me, I don't want to hear any music. I just want to go in. But though the lights should be dramatic, everything should just look good. I'm more about the aesthetics than the sound at that moment. But in the morning, when I wake up, raise the blinds and give me some really soft, nothing harsh or just soft, vibes. Let's just get the morning started. Then, so that's just for the morning. But when I'm talking about when you're coming
back from work.
Yeah. So you enter into your living room, everything sets up itself. Then from there, you most likely will go to your your bedroom.
Yes.
You go to your bedroom, drop all of your stuff, and the bedroom is also set up in a way that everything is automated. Whatever your settings, it's already giving you everything you want as you want it, right? Then I believe you might most likely want to take a shower. You step into your the bathroom. You have automated system, right?
For water pressure and also
motion sensor
temperature.
Motion sensor kind of shower or something. You don't have to do anything. You're just
literally gliding through your house.
So you just enter into the shower, it just starts pouring. Even the the heater, it could get cold, it could get hot depending on how you want it. But it already knows how you want it. So you don't need to do any stress. Just step in, let it pour on you, come out. Sip a wine, a glass of wine.
Michael loves wine, by the way.
So, you just chill. I feel like that's the perfect evening for me. So you just get into your chilling mode, right?
Next, you're going to your kitchen because you have to eat something.
Like I said, the wine definitely in the kitchen. Okay. So you pick up the wine from the kitchen and prepare your meal in the kitchen. While the meal is, when your cooker, there are cookers now that you don't need to really do much.
Yeah, some are self-ignite. Some fridges in itself have like recipe display based on what you have in your fridge. So if you have a few veggies and maybe meat or whatever, it scans your fridge and prepares a recipe for you based on what you have, and then you can prepare a meal. Some have like I think even some Hisense, LG, you can watch YouTube videos on recipes and watch what you want to cook. Like I'm looking for egusi recipe. I can from my fridge screen.
From everything you are saying right now,
and watch and cook. I don't necessarily have to pick up my phone and do anything. I can just say, Alexa, play a video on the screen on an egusi recipe, and it does that in the twinkle of an eye. No stress, no fuss, easy life. I love that. Love that so much.
Right. So I was going to say, as much as it does all of that for you, don't you also think like it's eroding how we should personally like interact with our spaces?
I think we've already established the fact that these things are here to stay. So why not maximize or harness the full potential of everything?
We could maximize it, right? But still, find a balance between not everything
dependent on it.
Yes, you get, So
I think it differs for everybody. If I am
soft girl, right?
If I'm a soft girl, or even a career woman or career family, career husband, career wife.
Yeah.
I'm coming back from a very long day. I really just want to rest. And if the smart home features are going to help me rest, I will gladly take that offer.
I'm all for
gladly
that.
take the offer.
I'm all
right?
for
Yeah,
that.
I understand the part of, it's, contributing to lesser activity of using your brain and engaging your brain and all that. But in a way, I think if you backtrack it to, let's say, 80 years ago or even 100 years ago, even lesser than that, some of the things that we're calling AI now, or like technology in itself, was strange to them back then.
Right.
And it seemed like, oh, these things are going to stop the normal human way of living. How are we going to just switch from here to here, right? And now everybody that didn't, or maybe even companies or industries or people that did not, tap in, they are now literally oblivious. Nothing
So
is ahead of them. All
get
gone.
into it or die.
Or get washed off.
Exactly.
You're brushed off to the side. Nobody cares. Like, you just have, as much as you should remain conscious of, oh yeah, you're human and interact. That's why there are things like going on walks, just trying to do one or two things by yourself. But I mean, I'm already walking. Is that not enough?
So that's not enough. That's not enough.
I'm on my system morning, afternoon, night. And then I come back home and I just want to take a cup of
You
coffee.
have to interact.
Can't I just
with
tell
nature.
Alexa, brew me coffee? I will stand up and go and pick the coffee. That's enough.
Okay, agree to disagree.
Good, agree. Not agree to disagree. Agree.
Because I mean, we are losing that part of ourselves where we interact with our environment.
That's why I understand, like I said, but I think social interaction actually is very, very important as much as we evolve as human beings. And what keeps us grounded, or what makes us actually human, is the fact that we're able to, tap out of technology every once in a while and interact with our fellow human beings. That's why no human being should be an island. You should always have people around you. I think once you have people around you, you're not fully dependent on these things. Having interactions with other human beings will make you aware of the fact that some things needs to be done even on your own. Because I can imagine a scenario where, let's say, like Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas celebration and all that, and everybody comes together, maybe in a family, everybody will literally almost be less dependent on all the technology around. And there will still be a little bit of, okay, let's use this, let's allow the mixer mix the dough for the bakes that we want to make or do that. But everybody will still be intertwined and get to do some dirty work with their hands. They'll still do some grunt work with their hands, which is still very, very fine. But at the end of the day, not embracing smart technology or in your home spaces or your workspaces will literally leave you outside the fence. You're not going to be in or on, you're going to be outside.
So what do monks have to say about this?
Monks, that's their occupation. That is their occupation. They chose that life.
I feel like,
so monks are on social media now. So what do you want to say? Exactly. They have to tap in.
Because also, I just feel like, apart from human interaction, like you said, social interaction, there's nature. We are losing that part of ourselves where we interact with nature. We're always on our devices. I'm also always on my devices. But I'm just like, we should bring back that. We should find a balance, is what I'm trying to say, right? Of embracing our humanity as much as possible.
True.
And also, making our lives easier, but not losing
our essence as human beings. Okay.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Not strongly, but I agree.
It's fine.
I agree either way.
I can take that.
So looking forward into the nearest future, what are some of the things that you hope to see in? I know, we've already established that there's some things that are now in play, but in the foreseeable future, and seeing that AI is taking over literally in the, let's even say 10 years time, the whole world is going to be so much different from how we know. I think we millennials or Gen Zs will be the one explaining that, oh, this was how we used to do things back in the day. And it's going to be so different because even in speech, interaction, everything is going to be so different. So what are some things that you're expecting to see, especially in designing homes, designing spaces, right? Because we're literally, interior design in its whole is making people's life better, right? So combining both, AI is trying to make people's life better, interior design is making people's life. How do we merge both to see that, okay, interior designers are not just left behind? I want you to also speak on how interior designers as humans or as companies can, you know, involve AI in their profession as a whole, right? Because many interior designers will be like, okay, yeah, there's AI. How can I infuse it into my business that my clients don't end up, you know, leaving me? Because we hear of things like apps that are being developed now, even on ChatGPT. Any lame person can go there and write, okay, this is my space, create a layout for me, and then
so why need
an interior designer at the end of the day? So
you will need an interior designer.
What exactly should interior designers in a whole be doing to ensure that they're not left behind, right? How do you involve AI in your business to see that you're creating a much better life that is both pleasing, functional, and all that, and your clients will still always want to come back to you no matter what?
All right, so to the first question, finding balance between AI and interior design, right? So the balance, I believe, is already happening. Homes, smart homes have all of these automated systems already, and interior spaces basically are adapting to that as well. So that is already here. So to find the balance, I mean, I don't think the balance is actually as important as the function. Right? As long as it's serving the purpose it was designed for, or all of those tech and AI features are serving the purpose they're designed for, I mean, there's already a need, and it's solving that or feeling that need, right? It's mostly about the function. As for balance, I'd say maybe if you could give me like what you think, how you think balance can happen, because I feel mostly that it's more of the function than the balance. So what do you think?
Well, how do I put it? So I was asking from the point of interior design as a business, right? And then
I think that was the second question though.
Okay, we're still on the first.
Yeah, I'm still on the first question.
Finding the balance between AI world and then interior design world.
Yeah.
Okay. Rightfully, as you said, I think both of them are still in a way intertwined. There is no separation per se that you're not saying, okay, let's now find the leveled ground for both parties to now play in. Both of them still need each other, whether they like it or not. And I think they're already at that point where they are both they have even met each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Yeah,
exactly.
Because like we said, we're already in that era of designing smart homes, and there's already interior design as a whole. And then evolving, I think is now the next question.
Exactly.
Evolving into so that next?
That sort of seeps into your second question.
Yeah, into my second question.
Yeah.
Evolving is we have already these basics. How furthermore do we want to go into it?
And integrate into our businesses, because it's already in our lives, right?
Yes, so already in our lives.
Okay, so to speak on your second question, right? How do we integrate those things in our businesses, interior design business, right? That will make our client not leave us and make us, obsolete.
Yeah.
Right. So I believe we need to get on top of the evolution, basically, and know at every point in time where the AI and tech advancement is at every point in time, so we are not left behind, right? We just need to keep informing and educating ourselves. The information is all over the place right now, so it's quite easy to just, but then as easy as it is,
a lot of people work
exactly.
A lot of work needs to be done.
So I believe that's basically it.
Actually very true.
Yeah,
very, very true. Looking into how better can we evolve, what else we need to do, taking back the example that he gave on when we're talking about features that smart homes already have. Now we're looking into, I have a garage. Can my garage camera scan my license plates for me to just get into my house without me having to press any button on my phone? Lighting system. What else can be done to make sure that I can gravitate from warm lights to low lights, dimmers? How better can they be, right? Your bedrooms. Do you want beddings or beds that warm you up when you're cold,
cool
you when you are warm? Those kind of settings, so you're not sweating every night and day, right? So how to evolve on the day by day, evolving. Interior designers get more information, get more knowledge, expose yourself. Exposure plays a very, very huge factor.
Exactly.
Exposure. What are you learning? What are you consuming to see that are you attending events, conferences? Even if you can't attend, are you watching them to see that this is what is moving in the industry now? I think Interior Design Milan Week this year in Paris was majorly focused on developing new lighting systems. People were designing new forms of lights, different from these generic things that we see. There was a particular one that intrigued me. The design came as this chain block that they use for dogs. The design came in that format, but you could detach each one and it will still function on its own
without wiring.
That's
interesting.
That was so interesting and marvelous to me. And then you connect it to form another whole design, connect different blocks together to form a whole different. So you can use it on your dining, you can use multiple to form a chandelier. Like, it was so...
How does that work though?
When I saw that, you need to go and find that. I will share the video with you, but it was so interesting because I was like, wow.
That means each block is self-powered.
Yes, each block on its own, and it goes up on its own, comes on, and when it comes in contact with another, immediately lights up without any wire connect. There's no connection anyway on the floor. So that was very, captivating for me. So what are you feeding your mind with as an interior designer? Then on the client's part, you should also know what is in vogue so that you can know how to, tell your designer. Sometimes clients come with, I have a preference for this. This is what I want to fit my lifestyle here. Clients can also learn these things so that you're also aware of the prices. And by the time they give you the invoice, you're not scared. Thank you so much. I had a very interesting time with you today.
Likewise.
Thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please do like, subscribe. If you don't subscribe, no more content. No, I'm so sorry. My boss will take that. But please like the video, subscribe, share with a friend of a friend, and comment. I will see you on the next one. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.